Hey, welcome to Santosha Spirit. This is a daily reading for the 2nd of July 2021. I have the Wisdom of the Oracle and the Radiant Rider-Waite Tarot today. Let's just see what wants to come through. Thanks so much for being here. I really appreciate you taking your time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. Yeah, it's just an amazing feeling to be trusted, and I feel grateful, so thank you. And if this reading resonates with you, I'd really appreciate it if you could like it, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please press that little subscribe button. Thank you so much. Let's just see what wants to come through. We have the moon in Aries, so there's more of a passionate energy around, emotional energy. And I'm hearing to help balance how you respond to certain situations is to become the observer. Allow yourself to be the observer in a situation rather than the reactor, because Aries energy can be quite reactive. And by the book in reverse, so the protection message, so interesting. I just pulled this before. And yeah, so by the book in reverse means it's time to stand up. It's time to not conform. It's time to observe and sit back, and then realize that it is our time to stand up in truth. But be very aware of how you're approaching that. What energy you are taking with you. What are you here, or are you here? Are you in a very aggressive place? Are you in heart-centered? Be aware, especially with the Aries energy around, and Mars and Venus are both in fire as well. Because there's some healing that, there's still, okay. So what I'm hearing here, it's still, you might want to start resisting and standing up, but what I'm hearing is to pull back and heal, like focus on the internal journey, the internal healing, the internal revolt, the internal allowing what's triggering you to really come to the surface for you to really look at, because everything comes from within. Everything external is a manifestation of collectively all of how we are turning up as human beings. And the more that we heal ourselves, the more that we really acknowledge our shadows, the more that we find balance and harmony within ourselves, the more we will see that made manifest externally. So the moon is here, the fox is there. So the sly fox is, the fox is watching from afar and ready to pounce. And the pouncing is knowing when the time is right to act. So really responding rather than reacting, knowing when the time is going to be right to make your move. I'm hearing. So just keep watching, reading, researching, feeling into, being in stillness, and allowing yourself to find that place of knowing, because you've spent so much time healing and observing what's going on around you. Because there's something that it's focus as well, working on what brings you joy, what is bringing you joy, where can you put your focus in the meantime, to find balance and harmony with what's going on right now. I'm going to read you by the book in reverse. I think it's quite important. Now is the time for a real change in consciousness, as you are incited to revolt. Challenge the structures that are limiting authentic progress. It is not enough to rebel in small ways. This is a call to revolution. Focus on what you really want to achieve, regardless on whether it feels so far outside the box that the established order may reject it. Genius, invention, and transformation are really comfortable and less likely to be accepted by the mainstream. It is time for you to say no to the way of your group, take a stand, and make real changes. It could be that the structure of your inner world is alerting you to the need for a complete overhaul. Where are you putting your attention? What are you focused on? How can you bring this healing work, this healing energy that you've been putting on yourself, this working on in yourself, how can you allow it, to bring it out, to create a more balanced, harmonious, fair world for everybody? I'm hearing that the more internal work that we do, the more we'll see that reflected back to us externally, the more we'll be able to flow through this experience, this challenging external experience that we all find ourselves in, because of the energy we're exuding. This is a time of transformation. So let go of the fear of change. Your intuition will lead you through the darkness. There is no turning back now. Trust the light will dawn. Epiphanies will surely lead to miracles. So I'm hearing we're still observing ourselves, observing our triggers, and then working towards creating a more fair, harmonious, and balanced world. So I'll just quickly read just a brief message about the observer as well. I feel like we need to. So, right, this is really important because we can really create some change if we're coming from this without this aggressive pushing resistance. It's more of a heart-centered, empowered solar, like full balanced solar plexus. It's really just standing your ground and being empowered from this heart space. So the observer with the little fox and the telescope and the moon and the stars, yeah, it's beautiful imagery. Egg, so like really sitting on this egg, like really waiting. It's patience I'm hearing. Perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. Most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so they come to believe that these are the only reality. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstance from a more neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. Now is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. So really put the work in. Put the work into your own healing. Find that harmony and balance from within, and really, really get to the heart of how you're perceiving the world. Where is it coming from? Is it coming from an old trauma? Because there is a lot of healing that needs to come about before we can stand up in our own truth and not compromise our own authenticity. This will feel different for everybody because we all have such unique perspectives. What's reality for one is complete madness to another, because reality is subjective. It's subjective. We have to really honor and be compassionate for everyone right now, and observe and watch and just allow, and then really be focused on what comes up, what authentically comes up, and allow your guidance to let you know that what this revolt, what this revolution will look like. But I'm hearing it's going to create a more balanced, harmonious, and fair world for all of us. This is Libran energy. It's about relationships. It's about how we relate to ourselves, others, and our world. So yeah, very powerful message today. I love you. Have an amazing day. Bye.